Hey everybody, welcome to, I almost said the World Series of Board Gaming, but it's not, it's Room and Board. I'm at Geekway right now, and I am desperately trying to cram in this Crowdfunding Countdown, where we're going to take a look at every single board game campaign, finishing up in the next week before any time passes. Well, really, I ordered an Uber Eats grocery deliver so I could get some deodorant, because it's a stinky time up in here. Because I broke the cardinal rule, the cardinal sin of conventions, then I forgot to bring deodorant. So I'm getting some delivered to be a good convention goer. And also this gives me time to do some crowdfunding. So let's check out everything that's finishing. Before we begin, I do have to shout out my newest patron, Brad. Thanks so much for jumping on board, supporting the channel. I am consistently in awe, always, of people who support the channel, who want to support the channel. You're friggin' great. You're the bomb, Brad. Love you lots. And thank you to all my patrons, as always, for supporting the channel and continuing to support the channel. Everybody who watches, likes, subscribe, comments, you're all great. And I really appreciate you. And so this is your daily dose of appreciation, your weekly dose of appreciation. That'll get you to the next Monday, you friggin' jerks. Okay, let's get on with the week. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's starting off with Neon Rain. Neon Rain is something that I missed. The campaign successfully funded on May 14th. Oh, friggin' Kickstarter, of course. But you can still back it. They're doing the GameFound thing because they've been inspired by GameFound. They're thinking, oh, we're losing so much money to GameFound. Let's try to fight it. Which might be a blow to GameFound. I don't know. But we'll see. But this is by Manny Tremblay. And I think it's, I like Manny Tremblay. Manny Tremblay of Dice Throne fame, also of Roth, which I think looks really cool. So I'm excited to see what this one is all about. Round two, you're back now. Okay, this is a simple two-player head-to-head card battler.
So it's just like Duel Monsters.
Well, no, it's actually for, an arcade. Oh man, this is going to be a bad episode. My brain's already fried for today. Too much talking, but I'm about to do more. Neon Rain is a fast-paced card game that combines the excitement of arcade-style fighting games with strategic dueling.
So it's just like Duel Monsters.
So it is. You're right. It's time to duel. 2 players or solo versus CPU. How is there a deluxe version when it's just cards? You are going to get just great art, though. Manny Tremblay's art style is so fun. Okay, how to play. Attack. Play different combinations of joysticks and buttons to attack. Yeah, is there a rule where I can just crumple all of the cards in my hand into a ball and throw them at my opponent to button mash? Is there a rule for that? Because that's how I play arcade games. Why, Dalsim, stretch! Dalsim, why aren't you working? Is there a way to just put your opponent in a corner and just hammer it over and over again? I hope so. Use universal combos to maximize your attack. Listen, I didn't know how to do that in arcade games, and I'm not going to start now. Gain stars to activate star power abilities, unleash devastating moves that can't be countered. Okay. Oh, you do get to break their cards, right. Hero's unique ability has something. Instead of attacking on a turn, you can recover. Okay. Defend, play up to 2 cards, including left and down sticks, throws, blocks, combo breakers. Okay, cool. I like that there is going to be an attack round and a defense round. I thought you might have to decide between the two, and then I was going to be upset. So I like that. Resolve damage, alternate turns, repeat until your opponent is KO'd. I mean, yes, please give me the rulebook. The fact that I normally wouldn't put much stock into this, but Manny Tremblay is also behind Dice Throne, and I think Dice Throne is really good. Let's see what this brings to us. What are you bringing to us, Father? Oh, Father, what are you bringing to us today? Yes, Father, yes. I don't know who that character is, but I do not want to meet them anymore. Too late, Father, I'm in your head. Oh no, it's my son. Okay, so upper corner, you have attack or defense, or attack and defend. Button cards just deal damage. Okay, so they're just damage deal things. And they will trigger with combos or your player ability. Like this player ability that says that B buttons cannot be blocked. And then you have a joystick card that activates different effects. Gain stars, gain a shield, heal. Okay. Then you have counter cards you play when defending. Removes an opponent's played joystick, removes an opponent button. Combo, stops all universal combos and allows the player to play a single button card when defending. This is unfortunately not exciting me that much. Yeah, so this stuff over here is you can combo. It's just, these always combo because you're going down, down button, so you're always shield. I do like that you can maybe play play 1 to 3 joystick or button cards in any combination. You must play at least 1 card. Or recover. You now have the opportunity to play 2 cards in response, so you can break the combo. I get it. How many cards do you even get in your deck? 2 44 poker-sized action card decks. Okay, so there's a lot of variability there. Unfortunately, I just don't care. It looks okay. Like, I'd be willing to give it a try. How much are you? Let's see. 20. Okay, you know what? For 20 bucks, I like that. I like it for 20. I think that's a really reasonable price for it. You know, I was expecting 30, and I always like to go $10 more than I expect. So that's quite nice. The Deluxe gives you, PVC cards. Replaces paper cards? I'm sorry, but like we're picturing the same paper cards, right? I know that the card stock is all paper, but then you get a metal coins, acrylic tokens for 35. Yeah. I understand the draw of that. If you're in, you can get the PVC cards. That is nice. I do like them, but I would just go for retail. I don't need metal coins. I'm fine with this. I think this at 20 is the right call for sure. And shipping is what? 10 bucks flat rate. So 30 bucks. Global shipping worldwide. Well, it's Chip Theory, so of course they're going to do that. They do a nice flat rate. 30 bucks total US for this, which, since I am in the US right now, it doesn't automatically convert to Canada based upon my location. That's annoying. Or maybe it's because is it a different? No, it's because I'm in the US. Oh, that's going to throw off my conversion. But yeah, 30 bucks US is like 45 Canadian, 43, 40.85. Yeah, well, probably close to 40.85 Canadian. Nailed it. Not even going to notice. And for that, I'm not really that interested. I don't see how this would beat Radlands, for example. I think Radlands looks more exciting, but or Dice Throne looks more exciting. So I kind of already have that 2-player head-to-head covered. And Yu-Gi-Oh, that's true. But if you're interested in that, well, it's already done, but you can still back it, so go check it out. Okay, let's keep moving. I gotta be quick. I gotta be so much quicker. I want to go play games. Okay, let's be quicker with Waddle Waddle. Waddle Waddle finished up. I didn't cover it, and you asked me to cover it, so I'm gonna. I didn't think it looked that good, though, which is why I didn't cover it. But maybe I missed something. Waddle's blend of open drafting, set collection, area control, and push your luck is as fun to play as it is beautiful to look at. I also didn't think it was beautiful to look at. Well, let's go to the how to play. Just click the image. Yes. Oh, baby, I do like that. All right, Waddle Waddle, you got me. You got me waddling all the way to the soap store, the penguin store. You play the role of a penguin hero, specializing in a particular penguin species. There's safety in numbers. Penguins travel in groups called waddles. You'll identify and tag waddles and score conservation points for each waddle you tag. When a waddle contains mating pairs, they make nests that you'll tag. Player who tags the most nests in each rookery will score extra points at the end of each breeding season. Okay, I'm glad I know what all these words mean. You get a special bonus when you tag the nests of the penguin species that your penguin hero, these people, specialize in. See if you place a Gen 2 nest, if you place a macaroni nest. Okay. Well, clearly Dr. Lloyd Spencer Davis is the best penguin, Professor Penguin, because you have the macaroni nest. Food is scarce. There's a limited supply at each rookery. It costs 1 fish to play each waddle. You might need to send penguins on a fishing trip to find more fish. How do you get these penguins? Oh, no. So these mating pairs make nests, but you're also going to take nests. Okay, 150 nests. But it's in your color. Okay, that's fine. So you take a nest and you put it on the score track. They're your score markers. Snowy Sheath Bill, which I read as sheet ball. Why is the game setup happening after starting a season, starting a turn, happening after setting up the game? Change those pages. Oh, that's just because they haven't removed it. That's fine. It's the same information. On your turn, if you don't reveal a threat, choose from one of these actions. Yes, this is much better than what you had previously. Take 1 face-up or face-down card. If you already have 9 cards, you can't take them. Exchange a penguin. Swap a card. Take a frozen card. You can't take stuff if you're frozen already. You have a fishing trip. Put a penguin on the ice floe. Take a fish. You can't take a fishing trip if you have 2 fish already. Why not? I wish that this feels very limited already. Refill your hand. Take 2 cards. Play a waddle. Choose a rookery that is compatible with your waddle. See page 8. Okay. Return a fish from that rookery. Or from your hand back to the fish supply. Okay, so you don't always have to have fish in yourself. You can just go to a place that already has fish. Place nests if it's allowed. Waddle Waddle if you can. Discard your frozen. Okay, what's a waddle? 3 to 6 penguin cards in numerical order. 3 to 6 penguin cards of the same species. Okay, so you're making runs or sets. That's all you need. Runs, colors, sets. Done. Play your cards, get your cards. Yeah, that should have been much sooner. You play 3 cards, you get 5 points. You get 6 cards, you get 15 points. After you play a waddle, if all remaining cards in your hand form a second waddle with no extra cards, you can waddle waddle. You do not have to play the second Waddle at the same rookery as the first Waddle. Okay, so you get to expand it. But there's no bonus for Waddle Waddling? No, you just get to do it. That seems strange. I guess because you're not going to always be making different sets. That's fair. I got my Christchurch Convention staple. The bag of nuts. That's what I'm eating all week. And the complimentary breakfast, baby. I'll nourish myself when I'm back in Toronto. And also, when I'm dead. Oh, okay, and you just get to place Nest when it's, when you have 2 matching cards that meet up with your set. At the end of the season, you score end of season bonus, and that's what the nests matter for. Yeah, you know what? I'm into it. I don't know what the frozen card does. Maybe I should just let it go. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I think that's actually better than I was expecting. I like the little area control element of it. I like the card game. No Waddle Waddle. Yes, Waddle Waddle. See, perfect. That's all you needed to know. But it's just like, then I remember that it's $50 or $70 Canadian and shipping's not included. Like, the print and play is interesting. $70, yikes. Save $5, I'd like to. Oh yeah, nice. If you followed beforehand, that's cool. What's shipping like? 15, like you're paying $65 for this game. Me, I'd be paying over $100 Canadian for this game, and I'm absolutely never gonna do that, regardless of how much of a penguin hero Dr. Lloyd Spencer is. But if you're interested in that, you can still get it on GameFound, so go check that out. Okay, let's keep it going. I was gonna stop, but I think I can pump out a few more. But I gotta give myself a hard stop so I can go have some fun. No, this is fun. This is fun. This is fun. I got these taquitos that I could microwave. Take that, delicious food truck. A modular expansion for the award-nominated trick-taking and Mancala board game Bug Council Backyardia. I like Bug Council Backyardia. I thought it looked really cool. I didn't think it funded, but I'm glad that it did. Now we have a little modular expansion. It's a must-follow trick-taking game that you must follow. You play a card, you have to follow it. Highest card wins. But the strength, the trump suit is modular. Very power vacuum-esque, but not really. Yeah, and then when you play the lowest card, you choose any suit, you pick up all the strength cubes from their corresponding space, and then you drop them off. Oh, right, there's the Mancala element so that you do get some control. You get to deprive suits of their power, essentially. At the end of each round, you'll score points for every trick you've won, plus you'll score points bonus equal to the strength of your leftover card suit. So in this instance, if that was the last round, then you would also score 4 points because you held on to yellow, which I think is really cool. And here's just a bunch of modular things. Yeah, how much are you, though? I think they're expensive. Oh, that's pretty good, actually. Okay, 40. Yeah, I'd much rather, like in terms of card games, much rather would get this Backyardia bundle for 40 versus, do you have your shipping cost in here? Oof. Canada, 1,500, so it adds around 50 US, like it's still 60 something in Canadian, which I'm not that interested in, but I do remember flagging this game and thinking it looked really cool, and the fact that they're adding in more modules seems great. I love this. You can give people points to lead or not lead with a specific suit. Yeah, I'm really sold. Honestly, I think I was really hyped on Power Vacuum, and I think this beats it slightly for me. I think it looks really neat, and the modules look cool. Great choices. Asymmetric abilities, like, yeah, great. It's already the pick for me. Let's keep it moving. That finishes Tuesday, May 21st. That's tomorrow at 11 a.m. Yeah, this is one that I also almost missed last week because I just decided, no, this is a better week to have more work to do. We're not looking at this. I just clicked on this because this looks like that Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Oh my God, stop it, Kickstarter. I'm literally just trying to hover my cursor over the title. Yeah, go to GameFound. This looks like that game Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which I never played, but personal finance is a challenge, super important. Many tried to turn it into a fun game but couldn't crack it. Well, guess what? We finally did. Nope, we're here to give you the straight dope on managing your dough. I don't know who wrote this or who they think their target audience is. And it doesn't really tell you how to play, so we're going to move on. To this, also just quickly, there's a modular filament storage system. Now, I have a 3D printer. I certainly have not figured out how to use it one bit, but I've got one. Renee got me one off Temu for Christmas, and we will figure it out in October when I have some spare time. Maybe. I'll probably have some videos to edit then. Anyway, for those of you who do have 3D printers, I think this is cool. This is a way to store your filament for your 3D printers in a cool looking way that you can print from your 3D printer. I don't see the downside in this. You'll have to let me know if you think it's worth $48 for the STL files or $69 when you could probably just print it yourself. You just need something to thread the filament through, I think. But it does look really cool. Step 1, print. Step 2, assemble. Okay. Step 3, load filament. It's loaded. And then you mount it on your wall. So this feels disingenuous then, all of those filament into 6 boxes. I don't think that's true, but I think it's pretty neat. And the themes look cool, so yeah, check it out. The finish is Thursday, May 23rd at 8:30 a.m. Moving along to Apistocracy, the classy game for apes. You're invited to make your season debut in a game that blends worker placement and trick-taking with the delights of Victorian London. And if you wanted something of this theme, this is better than Le Fleur. So, or whatever that game is that's coming up that I'm certainly not going to look at because the creators are basically so far up inside Launch Boom that they're inside of them. I love that so many campaigns, they do this thing where they say, hey, it'll cost you $5 to get into the Pledge Manager. And people put the $5 because they think they won't be able to access the Pledge Manager, when you can just access the Pledge Manager because they want to take your money anyway. And you could not just buy in. Just a little tip in case you didn't know that. Although stuff like whoever does Black Rose Wars Rebirth, Ludus Magnus Studios, they'll make the prices more expensive in the Pledge Manager to incentivize you to purchase right. Apistocracy is a competitive board game for 1 to 4 players that blends asymmetric characters, worker placement, and trick-taking with the delights of Victorian London social season. It seems like it's more trick-taking than anything else. Oh, well, that's a cool portrait. The Whist Box, a wood whist token. All right, here's the how to play. The season phase consists of 4 rounds, weeks. At the start of the week, draw 4 cards from your draw deck. You take action. Each player takes turns by placing the calling card and taking an action. You can move on the beehive, attend events, ascend the Queen's Ball, or go here to gain connections to add to your player mat. Shabam, building up your thing. Or go here to commission art. Okay, I like this. Or go here to gain secrets about connections on your player mat. Or go here to gain stars, curate a hand for influence and whist. After the 4th week of the season, after you've used all of your cards, oh no, because you draw 4 cards. So after 16 turns, ooh, yeah, I like that. I like games where you get to take more turns, right? I like that constant hit rather than, oh, I have 1 move to do. I hope I don't screw it up. I feel like there's a little bit more leeway there. The whist phase is just diamonds or trump. Okay, give me the rules. Okay, so you play out this game, this like trick-taking game at the very end of your 4 weeks, and then that's the end of the game. Okay, so it is 16 actions. It's only 16 actions for your game. What? I have an Apistocracy demo table. Okay, we're coming back to this. We're coming back to it because I'll go try it out. I am here. I'll go try it out. Okay, great. We're coming back to this. Next up, we got Picky Eaters. The Ultimate Collection. Will you eat anything or nothing? I think it's offensive that Picky Eaters has raised almost as much as Apistocracy. All right, so 5 guests are coming over for dinner, but they're not any guests. They're picky. They're hungry, and I'm cooking. The Picky Eaters compete to make the tastiest meal for your picky guest. Yeah, you heard me right. Meatle. It's like a beetle, but meatier. A meatle. Get groceries, prepare recipes, use special items to throw the perfect party. Make the best dinner. I covered this before. Yeah, back in episode 102. It was episode 102. It wasn't even recent. I mean, it wasn't even 99. Go back and look at that. You know, all the links are down below. You can now get a Lazy Susan. I mean, it seems fine. What's the cost? Anyone expansion, $19. $29. Nah, Neon Rain is better. I don't have time for this. Normally I would give time, but I don't have time. Wow, this has raised a lot of money. We have the Dark Cities Deluxe Edition. 5 games of social deduction and light strategy for up to 9 players. Deluxe book boxes include upgraded components and mini expansions. My buddy Reed has Hollywood 1947, and he says it's fine. So we're going to look at these and see if there's any distinction between them, but I imagine they'll be just fine. When in doubt, follow Decepticon, people. That's what I like to say. Although, sorry, that character's name was Al Swearington, so you must back at the deluxe level. I mean, these do look fun. The deluxeified elements look fun. I don't even know who I am, but I like the shiny. So let's just take a brief look at all these. The year's 1962, town of Salem. There have begun whisperings of witchcraft. Will you be the hero that purges your town of evil, or will you be wrongly accused and eliminated? So it's werewolf. Each player has 5 trial cards that indicate their loyalty. Some say witch. Use the cards to accuse or defend other players. Conspiracy may grow the witch team mid-game, and Night provides witches an opportunity to frame another player. So it's werewolf. Yes, good for you. I don't want to look at 5 rule books of these, but I'm gonna. Download them? I dislike them. Okay, we're giving Salem our best chance. I want to know what the trial cards do. Okay, because there's only a certain number. So if you get a card that says witch, you're a witch for the rest of the game. Constable, you're a constable during the night. Only while you're in possession of that card. Cool, okay, you can pass that around. You get an ability like werewolf. You've got night cards that you can use, okay. Okay, so green cards, you can do one thing. Accusations build up over time until j'accuse, and then you reveal one of their trials. You're trying to find that witch, so you basically have a 20% chance to hit it on the first one if you get it. It's a lot of accusation cards, but everybody's going to play at least one card, but you can play any number of cards on other players. I like that. Or you can draw 2 cards and end your turn. A player is eliminated when all of their trial cards have been revealed. One of their revealed trial cards says witch. Witches eliminate the player during the night. When a player is eliminated, they discard their cards, return all their tokens to the center. They must reveal the rest of their trial cards, but they're not required to tell the group if they ever had a witch card during the game, because there's a small chance that an eliminated player can be revived. So for this reason, eliminated players should keep your eyes closed. You're still potentially in the game. Small chance, though. What is that small chance? Do you want to take a chance that you don't get to enjoy seeing who's what? Or I guess you can still enjoy it. You're still like part of the mystery, right? You just can't talk. Conspiracy causes trial cards to shift to new players. So they choose a face-down, unrevealed trial card from the player on their left and add it to their own set. So you could take the witch. Okay, so it's like one night. So you could become the werewolf, and the other person thinks they're a werewolf. Oh, if you lose a witch card, you remain a witch during the night, so you remain aligned with the team. So the witches can grow. I do like that. Okay, yeah. I think this looks fun. How much is... I don't, like... You don't need a deluxe copy. Salem upgrade kit is $25. What's a deluxe copy? 50? 40. Yeah. Plus shipping. What's shipping? $7 US. Free shipping when you select reward tiers of 3 or more. Okay, I like that. To Canada, 13, so it's like 53, so it's like $70. To get a game that I think the twists on werewolf is fun. I like that you don't have to have a moderator, but I think the general consensus for a lot of these is going to be too expensive. Other games do similar, because there's a lot of social deduction games out there. There's a lot of games that do these similar things, although I am intrigued by Salem, but I was intrigued by Hollywood as well, and I wish I had played it in Niagara, but I didn't. I played Rear Window instead, and I wish I could have had my own opinion on it, but I trust Reed's opinion in social deduction. That's one of Reed's favorite genres, and if Reed says that it's good, like it's just not a smash hit, right? And if it's just good, you're probably going to play Avalon instead, or you're going to play regular Werewolf, or you're going to play Blood on the Clock Tower. Let's see what Tortuga is all about. All right, Tortuga is really simple. And I wish they had just told me that at the very beginning. You certainly don't need the deluxifications. You're going to have a map, you're going to have a ship map. There are 2 ships and 1 island. Treasure is going to be put onto all 3 of those locations, and they can be put in either Team A or Team B. When the game ends, where the treasure is, because you can move them around based upon cards that you play, you can declare an attack on the ship and get stuff into a hold. You can declare a brawl and move some stuff around. Placement on the island means you can move things around, and means that you have different powers and abilities, and then you want to have the most gold when the game ends. In Deadwood, you want to manage the weapons in your hand as you search for and steal the most valuable safes from other players. The establishment with the most gold goes to the final showdown, where you'll have to turn on your teammates and keep it all for yourself. Okay, only one person wins. I like that. You start as a team and then you don't. You ain't getting my loot. I like that. Then you shake them out. Well, I pretty much learned all how to play in the time it took for the rulebook to download. You'll have a number of different items in a safe. They'll be worth a certain amount. You're moving around these 3 saloon spots. You're trying to rob each other and get down to the final showdown where you roll dice. Whenever you're attacking each other, whatever gun you have indicates the amount of dice that you can roll and the chances of shooting the other person in the face and stealing all their money there, sir. So that's that one. Let's look at Bristol. It was released in 2021. Did I cover it? I think I must have missed it. I bet it's, yeah. Oh yeah, May 2020 is when the Kickstarter was. Okay. Honestly, I'll probably get more information going here and just playing this video. Oh yeah. They launched it in May 26, 2020. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, what a game. That's so funny. You got to escape the plague. Oh, in the height of COVID, this came out. That's just exceptional. What a blast. We're pushing each other out of our carts, throwing each other to the plague rats, and rolling with laughter. It's the most fun I've had playing a game in a while. You guys nailed it with this one. You are going to have a number of symptoms. You want to have your low symptoms, and you want to get out, even if you do have high symptoms. You don't want to tell people that you got chills and stuff pustulating from you, unless you're like me, in which case it's a selling point. It's a feature, not a bug. It's not a bug. Be on the first card to escape town. If anyone on your cart has the plague, when you finish, everyone on the cart dies. Play continues until a healthy cart crosses, or until everyone has the plague. If your symptoms add up to 6 or greater, you have the plague for the rest of the game. Oh, wow. And then you just want to kill everyone? You're like, listen, I don't have the plague. Then it's just make everyone else lose? I don't know if I like that. If there's rats on the dice, you got to mix up your cards together. You get some random ones back. So that's why if you contract the plague and you lose the game, your new objective is to make sure that none of the healthy players win. That seems okay, but I dislike that when somebody loses, they've got to tear everybody down. And then finally, we have Hollywood 1947. This is the closest to Avalon, which is why I was really excited about it. You are either the ingenue, you basically are a patriot or a communist, where you want those movies with the hidden agenda to be in those movies, or you're the rising star who, just like me, wants attention and just wants the films to continue with them in it. You're going to have these different jobs where you can help manipulate things, but you want to roll the dice and make sure that your propaganda, your movies get made, essentially. It's kind of Secret Hitler-esque, Avalon-esque, and that one was just okay. All right, so my ranking of what is the most interesting, I think, out of these. Last is going to be Bristol. I think it's very funny, and it raised a bunch of money, and that was a very nice review, but I also dislike just the fact that you can lose and you have to tear people down. So that puts it in last for me. Next would be Tortuga. I think Tortuga, you have events that you're constantly looking at and trying to use, but the amount of stuff that you can actually manipulate versus like showing your hand too early, I feel like there's going to be a overarching sense of just, let's just do nothing for the first half of the game and then actually start doing stuff. I might be wrong. Depends on the number of events that there are in the game. Third place for me, I think, goes to Hollywood. Hollywood would have been first probably because I liked it and I thought it looked really cool, but because of that response from Reed, it kind of gets that middle ground. Still want to try it though. And then second is Deadwood. I think the idea of Deadwood seems funny. I like playing the dice, playing the cards to roll a certain number of dice and being able to rob each other and having variable stuff in the safes. But number one for me is Salem. I think Salem actually looks quite good. It's like a better werewolf, because I don't think werewolf is that good, to be honest. So yeah, if you're just going to get one, my pick as a lover of social deduction would say Salem. That would be my best bet. Shipping is $7 to the US, or it's $13 to Canada. Oh right, it's not $25, it's $40. For a minute I almost said, oh, 25 plus 13, that'll be okay. No, it's 40, so 53, so around 70 something for me. And that, again, that's just not something that I'm really that interested in. But I think these do look really nicely made and cool to have on your shelf. So yeah, I definitely think it looks neat. That finishes Thursday, May 23rd at 3 p.m. Moving along, no, I'm taking a break. I'll come back another day because I want to go to the convention. Goodbye. I'm going to go do something, find somebody to play a game with. Okay, we're back, but we're going to go back to Apistocracy because I just went and I did a little demo of it. Well, more accurately, I loomed over the shoulder of them teaching the game, but I got taught the game and I didn't have to read the rule book. I cheated, okay? I got taught by the designer. But it looks pretty fun. The core of the game is going to be this worker placement aspect of it. There's going to be a number of different things in which you do your worker placement. You're going to be collecting cards, but you're more collecting cards for the suits that you can get rather than the actual numbers on it. Especially at the end, the trick-taking game at the end is going to be, hey, who has the most diamonds? You win. Essentially, because diamonds are trump, and it's just play a card and win. Or who has the most queens? Well, I had a diamond, and diamonds are a girl's best friend. So a lot of the actions are going to revolve around moving up on the beehive. The beehive is this intricate, not that intricate, just like visually intricate place where you're going to move up, and you get points for whatever track you kind of hit at the top. Over here, you're going to gain connections. Again, it's if you go down a certain path of one of these actions, the more you complete it, the more points you can get. So you want to bring things to completion, to turn a phrase. The secrets is you can use it for one-time abilities or you can keep it for points. Pretty basic. And then the star, you can gain influence from people. This is where you get all the good cards. Like all the good cards are in this one spot and you can play a star to go there. So if you have queens and you have diamonds, you win, essentially. It's $59 US plus, I think it was 18 in shipping. Yeah, 18 in shipping, 23 to Canada. For me, it would be like almost a $100 game. And I think it doesn't hold up to that, but I think it looks nice. The asymmetric powers are kind of fun as well. Every player has a goal in which they're going to accomplish, and when they do that, it basically makes one of the actions more effective. So it kind of pushes you consistently towards the most efficient thing that you can do, and you want to eke out the most points by doing those things versus what everybody else can do. You'll also have this little favor token where when you hit that rank on the beehive, then you get another special ability. Kind of things chaining together. The majority of it deals really with the worker placement, and you're going to use cards in your hand to go to those worker placement spots. So, or to use certain things. So if you put your calling card here, you get to move up, but you also have to move up in a specific, can I zoom in at all? Yeah. You see how there's kind of clubs down here? You have to move up in that specific suit, or move across, which you can do in anywhere, but you can just trigger additional actions. I do like that most actions give you another action. That's kind of an exciting part about it. And I think that's where the fun of the game will be, is how do you make the double chaining, triple chaining of your actions really work for you or not. So yeah, that one kind of looks cool. If you're interested, that finishes Thursday, May 23rd at 10 a.m. Let's move along. Let's do a couple before we have to go to sleep. We have AI 100% human board game. Innovative drafting game with reserve and immediate scoring, all structured around building a tableau. AI 100% human. Okay, let's see what it is. All right, that was a pretty easy, very simple video. You're going to draft 14 cards. You're going to start with a card in the middle, and then you're going to play cards around it, and all the cards have points based upon where they go in your tableau. I thought I wasn't going to like that your cards started in the middle, and that I would have wanted a little bit more freeform, but I kind of do like that. It is locked in. Might give a little bit of a twist of what you're going for. Oh, okay, the expansion 6 playmats with an exclusive AI. So different things happen when you play it down. I mean, you could just replicate that with cards. You don't really need a playmat for that. Oh no, though. It's €45, 49 US, which is like 65 Canadian. Yikes. That's just way too much for what this is. Plus shipping, the deluxe box is still like at least €9. Oh no, 14. Canada 25 to 35. Like, there's no world. It's just a simple drafting game. If you want a simple drafting game that only works at 6 players, well, check out Age of Wonders Planetfall, that one. This one, unfortunately, I can see it's only raised that much because it's really hitting just a niche audience in a specific spot. I think it is a bit too expensive for what it is, but the queen must have her crown. That finishes Friday, May 24th at 1 p.m. Another? Let's do Hannibal and Hamilcar and Metal Minis, just because I think we've covered this before. Hannibal Classic Edition is by one of the most acclaimed game designers in the world, Mark Simonitch. This happened before. Phalanx Games put this out before. I don't know if it was on GameFound or not, Creator Projects. No, it must have been on Kickstarter. Again, you can go check that out in the Crowdfunding Countdown master list. Let's see. I bet it was 2013. I know I covered this. Am I just spelling Hannibal wrong? Am I in the Matrix? Like, it must have been one. Now I need to find it. It must have been one where I didn't write the words down, but it should pick up in the URL. Let's find it this way. Oh, that was 2017, so before my time. We will get to the bottom of this, don't you worry. And we'll spend all our time looking it up. What? Maybe it was in a death match? We're not going to get to the bottom of this. We're very decidedly not going to get to the bottom whatsoever. Coalitions was on the first Crowdfunding Countdown, so nothing behind that works. I don't know. I mean, I don't remember anything about it, so... Oh, dang it. All right, let's take a look. Decide the fate of 2 mighty empires, Rome and Carthage, and recreate the epic story of the Punic Wars in 2 of the most brilliant card-driven strategy games in history. Hannibal and Hamilcar, both 1 to 2. Well, Hannibal 1 to 2, Hamilcar 2 players, fight for glory. Be first! I swear I know how to play these. Hannibal or Hamilcar, 68 Canadian, €45. Yeah, so that's the same price as the game that we just looked at. 68, I said 65. Or 121 if you get both. Card-driven game, naval and land warfare, battles resolved by dice. Love that. Well, I mean, I love that description at least. To achieve victory, you need to gain political control of various provinces in Italia, North Africa, and the islands in between. Great. There's Pledge Without Minis, 20 euro. Like, I already know it's too expensive. Come on. But how to play? As Carthage, you have access to 1 brilliant general with a force of elephants bent on raising hell on the Italian peninsula. Limited reinforcements strewn across Mediterranean. Your other generals are quick but mediocre at best, and you're racing against the clock to finish off Rome before Scipio arrives on the battlefield. As Rome, you will never want for reinforcements, drawing them from Rome's vast manpower reserves. You have to make do with a motley assortment of unexceptional generals. Then you play cards to move your general and his accompanying units. The higher the general's strategy rating, a number in a circle, the higher value cards you will need. Okay, so your generals are set out, and then you got to play the larger cards. Movement may lead to a battle, pitting you against opponents in a tense card play contest, where your general's battle rating, a number in a square, okay, and the number of units may decide the upper hand. So you can buff it as long as you have a bunch of units. Or it may lead you to a siege, a walled city. You have political control markers on empty spaces of the board. Convert enemies' political controls to your side. So as you're covering it with these markers, that can be flipping, and you just want to just swath the land with it. You can get troops on the map, but it is the most difficult thing to do. And there will be events that will affect either Rome or Carthage. Carthage. Capture the enemy capital, force the other side to lose all markers on the map, or control the most provinces at the end of the last round, if you're deadlocked. Hamilcar is different because the map has fewer spaces, the game is quicker, battles faster, and resolved by dice only. That seems like Hamilcar is the way to go. Naval movement, battles, and interception. You can move your generals or troops via sea lanes. Cool, so it just opens up the map a bit. Seems like that's the way to do it. That seems interesting enough. Well, there is no rule book, so I can sit on my high horse and say, because there isn't a rule book, I'm not interested, rather than what would have happened if there was a rule book, which was I wouldn't have read it. But somebody just bought Hamilcar. I hope it was Hamilcar. And if you're interested in that, the finishes the 5th. Nope, that's the month, at the 24th at 2 p.m. All right, let's get back to it. Where were we? Cosmic Chains, a tactical dueling card game of cats and robots. Build the longest satellite chain to provide the best network coverage. Okay, let's take a look. All right, so you're going to be creating these chains, these cosmic chains, these dueling cosmic cat AI cosmic chains, where you're laying out your cards. I don't know how you win, but I do know that you can attack each other. All depends on your opponent, which makes it fun. Well, only if your opponent's fun, I guess. Sabotage your opponent and gain tactical advantage. For what? Who knows? Head-to-head battle with identical card decks. Gameplay where each choice matters. I like that. Your goal is to build the longest uninterrupted satellite chain that will bring you the most victory points. There's 3 different types of satellites that can connect to certain satellites. You'll have a hand of 3 cards at all times. So when you're about to play one, get ready, because you got to grab the other one, because it's at all times. If you play it, as soon as it leaves your hand, you gotta make sure that you're drawing it from the top of the deck. I like to leave draw. You'll get the hang of it. Here are 3 possible actions though. Choose a card from your hand, add it to your chain. Then take 1 more card from your satellite deck. Swap. Move a satellite 1 up, 1 down. Because if you put it in the middle, I guess they can't attack it as effectively. Use a spendable effect. Spendable effects are written on the cards, marked with that symbol. Destroy one of your satellites by putting this on top of one another. Okay. Instant background. Okay. Do you like the rule book? Okay, let's look at it. Kind of reminds me of Arboretum, and that's not a good thing. So you play all your cards. Game ends, you play them all. Longest uninterrupted segment. It's back and forth. And maybe kind of mind bug-esque in the sense that you have the same deck. You're anticipating when people are going to play things or when they come out. How much is it? $20? $25? Nah. And then shipping is $10. So it's $35, like $50 Canadian. No. Just makes that too expensive for me, but if that little brief overview got you all excited, I don't know what you're doing here. Well, that finishes Sunday, March 26th at 7 a.m. Moving along to Dino Dynasty, the definitive dinosaur board game. Defend, develop, diversify, dominate, and dino. That's the secret 5th one. It's written in invisible ink. Illustrated by Johan Igorkrans. Game design by John Manker. The definitive dino board game. No. That's holotype. But I guess we can check this one out too. Are you ready to roar? Always. You'll create the map by drawing and placing territory tiles. One elegant feature is that you can form biomes, habitats for dinosaurs. Okay, so you're building out these different landscapes, these different biomes, and you only want to be in one of them. So you're building out the map, and it's going to be a little area control map. Here's the only thing that interests me. Evolve. When they change one of the dinosaur's developed traits, every change will make the dinosaur stronger in one action category and weaker in another. Players will have to balance the 4 actions to find the best way for their species to migrate. Oh, and the actions are migrating, spreading, competing, and evolving. A game is made up of 6 different dynasties, with 4 species of dinosaur in each dynasty. The species in a dynasty are related to each other. Okay, I'm going to stop doing that. Using the dynasty rule, I'm not going to. You want to conquer the most territory, though. You move around, you put the territory tiles out there, and then you put your little people on them. You can shift the board around. I'm interested about the shifting of the board. Do you not? There's an expansion, okay, but you don't have a rule book? Rules. Thank you. Dino Dynasty. You know, that's what happens when an asteroid hits. You die nasty. Oh, clearly I was doing some WSBG. Oh, so you just make yourself stronger and then you can access different quadrants of your board, I guess. Where's Evolve? Okay, so bigger dino can compete more easily, smaller dino can spread faster. Reproduction. There's 4 different categories and you just tweak it somehow, kind of like they were saying. In essence, it's tile laying though. So if you want a dinosaur tile laying game with then some area control added into it, you can check this out. The shipping is 18 to 22 euro. Yeah, how much are you? 49 euro, which is 54 US, plus 18 euro essentially, 22 euro essentially. That's again like $100 game for something that just seems okay. It doesn't really pull me in. I mean, fair warning, I'm very tired and I need this to be done. But yeah, it looks, I don't know, it just looks average and unfortunately just average. Not really doing it for me, but maybe it's doing it for you. That finishes Monday, May 27th at 8:59 a.m. I would just highly suggest Holotype, even though the theme of that doesn't really matter because it's just a cute butcher, but it's fun to have the little dinos on it. So let's move along to Kinfire Council, a competitive game of strategy and politics. No, just kidding. Kinfire Council, we're going to go on another tangent here. I was thinking about covering Kinfire Council because I thought they canceled their $1 pledge, but then I think they didn't. I think they just let you refund it. Yeah, how do I claim my free micro expansion added to your pledge? No. Kinfire Council, they're like some of the worst, honestly. They posted a thing like asking for feedback about the pre-order, and then when they actually got feedback, they basically just insulted the people who were giving genuine feedback because they didn't like what they were hearing. Like, thank you for your thoughts. Congratulations on saving hundreds of dollars. There's just like an air of sarcasm here. Like, thanks for your interest, Legatron. I can appreciate that. Of all the world's many issues, this is the one you'd like to solve. Like, it's just some bullshit responses, really, especially when you make a post being like, hey, this is what we're doing, and people respond like in good faith. Your audience responds in good faith, and then you just respond to them like they're not saying anything that is particularly like offensive or whatever, but people just are so reactionary when it comes to this. Yeah, I choose to vote with my wallet. Decided not to support any project or company that participates in this type of marketing. Good for you. And then they respond with congratulations on saving so much money. Like it's just some bullshit here. And when you distill it down, like when you have all these numbers of these hidden numbers of people who are in support, and then you have a bunch of other people who are vocal about it, and you dismiss those people who are vocal about it, being like, rage is an effective way to get people to engage on forums. But the people who aren't ragey about it, well, that means that they're completely satisfied. That's a bit of a logical fallacy, you know? Anyway, they need to take this person off of customer service. Yeah, I appreciate everyone for sharing their thoughts and being willing to respectfully engage in the topic. Well, no, you don't. Because your responses prove that you don't, right? Your responses prove that you don't really care about people who are expressing their opinion, and that you take it too personally, and that you take it to heart, and that you don't engage with those people, and that you ridicule them, or you're sarcastic to them. And as a company, and if that's like your front facing as a company, like why should I support people who are going to have that response? Like I have that response, like as room and board, I have that response, like that's my brand. But when I'm working for a company, I want to clap back many times, and I don't, because there's a little thing called professionalism. There's a thing called respectfully engaging with your consumers. You know what I mean? Especially if they have the appearance of good faith, or to assume good intent towards them. And I think the fact that, like, yeah, thanks again for the conversation, keeping things respectful. Reading through this thread, the person who's the most disrespectful is the person who's running the company. So, like, why should you support it? Answer, you shouldn't. Who cares? It's going to be a worker placement game. You know what's a great worker placement game? Darwin's Journey. I played that just the other night for the first time, and man, oh man, is it awesome. You know what sort of company you should support? Company that doesn't use $1 pre-pledge gets 446,000 euros. Company that does use the pre-pledge gets half of that. I'll let you make up your own mind. This is Ice Unlimited. Explore ice, lead your archaeologists to uncover artifacts on this tile mining adventure where you excavate a magnetic, multi-layered board for real. Magnetic, huh, this time? That's interesting. Now comes the second edition. I want to see what's different in the second edition. I've played Ice. I played Ice incorrectly, but I've played Ice. It's sort of a reverse survive Escape from Atlantis. That's essentially what it is. You're going to have this big old board, and you're going to move these communally movable archaeologists onto your board to help excavate it easier, and then when you pull the ice out, you all fall down into different tiles. And then you have to gather up your archaeologists again and be like, listen, we're going down again, boys. And then you got to gather them all up and stuff them down again. It definitely has a very fun table presence. I like the idea of revealing these snow tiles. The top layer gives you abilities, and then the bottom layer gives you both objectives that you have to like sort of send off before they're completed, or if you hold on to them, special abilities as well. So if I get 2 green, for example, and I'm storing those on my board, I can then do the green action. But if I decide, okay, I need to start completing some objectives because I can only ship like 3 to 4 at the end of every round, then I lose access to that ability. So that's kind of interesting. I thought it was good, but I think for the price, I mean, you just really want the table presence. And it's a bit, I don't know, it was a bit fiddly in terms of how the archaeologists are gathered. And there's a way that one person can just keep all the people and delay their end of the game, and then just wreck, once everybody's passed, then just trigger the end of the game and make sure nobody else can win. Which is like a bit of a strategy, but it's just something to look out for if you don't like that in your games, or if you don't like that possibility. Oh, is this the unlimited box? Ah, collector's edition. This is a dual magnetic board in 4 parts. So what's the difference between that and the 2-part? I've played the 4-part one. This is a board in 2 parts. That's the standard game, the base box. Okay, so I must have played the Deluxe edition. Well, of course, I know who I played it with. Of course it was Deluxe edition. They only get Deluxe editions because they are my mortal enemies. Gameplay and rulebook, yes. Oh, what? Why can't I click on that? Are you kidding me? That if it says rulebook, I should be able to click on it. Anyway, here's all what you can do. It essentially all revolves around making it easier to chip down through the ice. And like, that's a mountain, so it's harder to break through, but it might have a better ability on the other side. You never know. It's that sense of discovery, if you like that. If you like discovering things, there's the rulebook. Having played this before, I don't really feel the need, and then looking through to see what we screwed up, I don't really feel the need. I want to find the difference as we still scroll through the difference between these things. Returning backers, $50, right? €45. The standard box is $89. €59, okay. I don't mind that. The full gameplay standard box, whatever. The unlimited box with the same big box featuring metal coins, yeah, we haven't played with that one. I think the standard, 89's okay. What's shipping like? Shipping around €14 to France. North America, €18. North America 2. I didn't know there was a second one. But I guess that's what they were discovering under the ice. In North America 3? Oh my goodness, what a sort of world are we living in? That's €22, €25. So you're looking at, it's still $100 Canadian, but the table presence for this one is quite nice. I will admit that. Do I think the gameplay is worth the 100? I don't know. I thought it was okay. It didn't really do a ton for me, but I enjoyed it. In terms of like games with larger table presence, I think I enjoyed Return to Dark Tower more. And I bet these are kind of comparable if you go for the full deluxeification versus the retail, because they're both like $200, like the Ice Unlimited. Anyway, so I thought this one was okay. I enjoyed like a lot of the concepts, and I would play it again, I guess, but I'm not really jumping for the opportunity personally. However, if you are, that's great. You can get this next Monday. That's the 27th of May at 10 a.m. We're going to move along. I got a little boost of energy. We might stop soon now that we're on Tuesday because I am tired and I need to go to sleep so I can run my event tomorrow morning. But we're going to check out this one because it says micro in the title. And if there's one thing that I relate to for no particular reason, it's micro. Midgard. What? Travel the 9 realms and become the champion that fulfills the Norn's prophecy before Ragnarok. I thought it said Norm's prophecy, and we're going to do something different. It's £12, $15. Let's check it out. All right, so they've got a travel edition and a deluxe edition. I'm only interested in the travel edition. Yeah, Prometheus Game Labs. Have you done this before? I thought you had a Midgard something. No, just 99 Ninja. Oh, I like 99 Ninja, I think. I thought that looked good. Micro Dojo. Yeah, that one looked kind of fun. Okay, I'm interested. Packing a bunch of stuff in it. 30-minute tactical worker placement game for 1 to 2 players. Using the unique worker movement mechanic from the hugely successful Micro Dojo. Well, is that just changing your allegiance? I don't know. We're going to find out. Incredible value. Yeah, I like that. So you're controlling all of the different meeples. That's similar to Micro Dojo. Your turn, you can move one of the available meeples to an adjacent space, and then you put your player mark on it, so then nobody else can use it. So there's a shifting around of the meeple. You can gain a bunch of relics depending upon where you are, what track you're on. Places are going to be destroyed throughout the game, which will limit both your movement onto them. They'll have a weaker action. And it gets disconnected from Midgard, which means something. Yeah, okay, let's read the rulebook. Yeah, we just want to see the actions of the realms that you're moving to and why you would move different ones into different places. It looks like there's a color component. Looks like there's a green one there, but that could just be highlights. Okay, gain resources, move a wolf. Wolves deal with the time tracker. Spend a sun or moon or craft, so wherever you are up on the track, you can get that blessing or you can get that crafting action. Okay, and you score the leftmost prophecy, so those are all shuffled up, so you're going to score things at a different age. Actually, speaking of Darwin's Journey did that too. And a couple other games do this as well. I think that's really neat. This shows when you're going to score what, and so you want to prioritize having that many resources. I see, okay. Player reaches 9 points. That's how you win. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3. Or the final prophecy has been scored, and then it's the player with the most points. Okay, cool, and here's all the reference of what you can do at level 2. When you're at that specific level, you just craft. So it's just like resource conversion, essentially. Yeah, resource conversion for $15, that's okay. 16 US, so 22 Canadian, and then ships to anywhere in the world. How much, the Ragnarok edition is £40. If people really want the bigger one, and they do, 305 do. More people want the bigger one than the micro one. They clicked on a game called Micro Midgard and said, nah. You know that first half of your title? I don't want it. The original edition, £3 untracked, £5 tracked. So we're looking at $23 US, $30 Canadian. That's not bad. I think Micro Dojo looked better, or 99 Ninja looked better. But that one, again, was my favorite of them, of this one. It looks okay, and I think you are getting some potential value there. So yeah, I don't know. I'm glad it's passed its goal. And if you're interested in that, it finishes Tuesday, May 28th at 7 a.m. And you know what? I'm making the call. We'll cover Keystone if you're excited about that. Dances of Muses. That was another one that finishes next Tuesday. But we're not going to cover those. We're going to end it now because I'm running out of time, honestly, to edit this and get it out. That's what happens when you're on the road. And I'll try to do next Mondays more in advance so that I have a bit more time and a little bit more energy. But right now, I'm falling asleep. So we're going to call it. That's it. That's it for the week. Next Monday, I'll cover those additional ones. It'll happen. But every week I do a pick for me and a pick for you. The pick for me being the thing that I think is most interesting, and the pick for you being the thing that I think if you got, you would regret the least out of this cohort. And I don't know, Waddle Waddle, it does look okay. Oh, right, I remember. Pick for me, Long Live Backyardia. I don't even have to go through the other ones. I think this one looks really good, and this is going to help me not back Power Vacuum. Even though I thought Power Vacuum looked good. I want both this and Power Vacuum, maybe. I think this also looks good, kind of a back-to-back pick with a similar vibe, but it's that same similar vibe that I think is really slick and smart. And so, yeah, Long Live Backyardia. I say yay. I say Long Live Backyardia. Pick for you, Apistocracy looks okay. I'm not enamored with the trick-taking element at the end. The worker placement looks fun as you work your way up that thing. But I think Micro Midgard, this is tough. I'm going to go with Apistocracy. I think Apistocracy I'm the most interested in. Well, I guess it's a pick for me then. Well, it's always what I'm the most interested in. I don't care about you one bit. Just kidding. I love you so much. I love you more than the moon and the sun. Yeah, I think Apistocracy is going to be the pick for you. I thought the demo looked kind of neat that I saw at Geekway. It is $59 plus a heavy shipping. So it says $70 MSRP, and then the shipping's more than that. It's like, eh. But I don't see this being a wide release, essentially. So I'm not sure. But yeah, it looked decent. If you don't have the better game Rococo, it looked kind of cool. And yeah, I think that's the one that you'll be the least disappointed in. Just knowing that the trick taking isn't that robust, but the worker placement should be fun. Or just get Darwin's Journey or Hansa Teutonica, because that's what I played. And well, maybe I'll do a Geekway recap. I enjoyed playing those more than Planet Unknown, but I'm a sucker for the cult of the new to Chris. So who knows? Anyway, that's it. That's it for the week. Thanks so much for watching. My name's Chris George. I don't have a catchphrase. Go away. I don't even care what you're doing. Don't even speak to me. You wrote a comment down there, delete it. No, that would be so sad. That'd be so sad. Yeah, I'm having a blast at Geekway. I'm at Geekway right now because I think I mentioned that earlier. That's why this is so staggered, because I'm working for WSPG and I'm running around trying to make everybody have a good time. And when they don't have a good time, I push them. So have a good time or you're going to get pushed, essentially. I know that's bad for the WSPG brand, but that's why it's on Room and Board, okay? That's why I can finally open up and be myself and tell you that the pusher, that pusher that was roaming the halls of Geekway is me. This is too long for an outro. This isn't even like a one-off bit. Now I've gone on quite the tangent, quite off the rails, but what can you do? Anyway, you know what I want to do to finish this off? I want to shout out everybody who came up to me and said hi at Geekway. If you made it this far, you're amazing. If you didn't, you're dead to me. But it was cool. It's really, like, at any convention, it's the best feeling to be able to meet people who, like, watch Room and Board and have seen some stuff. And I really appreciate you all coming up to me and introducing yourselves and, like, being excited about games that I like too. I got caught up. I was supposed to go bless the City of the Great Machine that people were playing. But I got caught up, and then I had to start setting up for the event, and we're talking to people. But I just, like, I really appreciate anybody who said hi. There was a couple in the elevator right as I was about to get off the elevator being like, oh, hey, we like your stuff. Our daughter, I think Grace, shout out to Grace, if you're watching, hey Grace. They're like, oh, she was like, you gotta make sure that if you see Chris or something, you let me know. She'll be so jealous. I'm like, well, that's kind of cool. I think Grace is 8. I'll see you at one of these conventions one day, Grace. But yeah, just like, and if your name isn't Grace, well, then it was a different set of parents. And the story they told you was a lie, because I only talked to one of them. I clearly need to go to bed. But I just want to, I don't even know why I'm saying this now. I should do another video about a Geekway recap. So screw you all. Go away. No, I like you all. I'm just feeling like very grateful, and I really appreciate hanging out. So thanks for hanging out. Hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful week. And you have a wonderful week. And goodbye. I'll see you in the next one.